peace must be our goal and our guide. And all that we strive for as a human family, dignity and hope, progress and prosperity, depends on peace. But peace depends on us.
Fellow Africans, I took this petition to the court in order to stop any future usage of falsehood and false documents, procured witnesses of the Waki Commission. I took this petition to the court 4 years ago in order to make sure that the Chief Prosecutor of International Criminal Court does not use this evidence anytime in the future, whether tomorrow or 10 years to come, to refer to this evidence because the evidence was fake. It is with this dismay and with this courage that I took to go to court in Kenya to seek a judicial review and to redeem the credibility of both those accused and the victims of this catastrophe that occurred in Kenya, that I decided to seek to expunge this report from the reports and the statute books of Kenya. It is unfortunate that the 3 judges in Kenya, whom I will name now, Judge Kanyi Kimondo, Judge Aburil, and Judge Onyengo, all of them sat down and gave very silly, flimsy, prudish, sardonic ruling against our petition. I want to tell the Kenyans that I have done my best. I want to be on record that should this thing reappear again, don't call me. Should it reappear again, don't say I never told you. Should the Chief Prosecutor of the International Criminal Court use this fake evidence again against Kenyans, don't say I did not tell you. My role was to go and remove these obnoxious toxins from the books of the Republic of Kenya. I therefore want to tell the world that my torrid road, a long road that I've taken in search for this envelope, has ended in Kenya so far. But I want to announce that Kenya is not the only state party in international law. Kenya is not the only state party. I will in the future, very soon, detail to you which other state party I'm going to seek this envelope to be expunged and to be made public to the people of the world. I want to thank you all. I want to tell you that a detailed document which is entitled My Long Road, Torrid Road to Waki Envelope will be found on www.panafricanforumltd.com. You can read it, you can dissect, you can see the days, the long road, what I took, what I did, referenced, well documented, And may God help you that at one time somebody in Kenya will stand up to say thank you very much. Good afternoon, viewers. Welcome to Punchline Africa TV, broadcasting all the way from Nairobi, the Republic of Kenya. Good afternoon, all of you in Africa watching us live, wherever you are on platform of Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, and any other platform, and on our sister station, South Cameroon Broadcasting Corporation live, which you can see later on Zuku. Have we found out the Zuku number? Miriam will tell us more. With me in the studio this afternoon is my co-host who has been missing, who has recovered. Is it recovered? Can I say Miriam Ogutu? Welcome back, Miriam.
Good afternoon.
While you were away, so many things happened, but I held the fort. The situation was under control, and the things were exactly in normal situation.
What did I miss?
You missed quite a lot. You missed the United States sanctions on Africa, which are not productive at all. They are targeted at individuals, but they don't help the common man. You instead put the burden on the common man. The senator of Busia was slammed with those sanctions. While you were aware also, President Uhuru Kenyatta addressed his backyard and created very serious discussion.
Famous Ghana meeting.
Yes, which added to quite a lot of things which we have been saying on the legacy trend. Viewers, wherever you are, we are the real people and the Africans themselves. I am one of those who does not shy from speaking the truth, because shyness will bring us down. If the United States of America behaves the way it is behaving, we tell them. You can see, I watched the whole night. I watched Trump's impeachment proceedings. Very interesting. A whole head of state lies. The officials who came, you can see they are lying. They lied.
From his side.
Yes, from his own side.
Outside of the
his own side politics. You see, if politics of a developed nation has been reduced to politicking on serious international issues, where you are going to give Ukraine arms, then you know politics of Kenya is even going to be worse. So today, our topic we have chosen for in the People's Court. We want you people, wherever you are. Mr. Odongo, you started on Orengo North. I am not the ambassador of Uganda to lecture about Uganda. I am a Ugandan. If I was told to choose where to be born, I would have chosen to be born in a place which I know in my heart. And I'm probably near Miriam, because I am happier with Miriam's presence than you, Odong or Adong. Thank you very much. There are things you missed, but sanctions. There are leaders in Africa who are killing people. There are no sanctions. Paul Biya is killing at the wheel, no sanctions. Buhari destroys the whole South. He wants to finish the Igbo so that the Fulani can remain there. No sanctions. Look at that. But the politics you missed is that of the visa. I think you must have been, wherever you were, you said, Matanga has been talking about this coming. I told you that by 2022, very few people will even be comfortable. The American ambassador told us that he has a list of so many people whom he smells or who appear to smell, or they have been smelled, or they are on record, or they are about to steal. If you have that record, don't take your passport to the American embassy for a visa.
And former Attorney General Amos Wako, now the senator for Busia there, this ban really shocked a lot of Kenyans. Why do you think that will be the case?
He has I support Wako fully. You know why? Wako still, even if you ban him, Wako will go to UN. Isn't it America? They banned Mugabe, but Mugabe kept on going to America. Are you going to stop Wako from eating the food while he's at UN? He can send somebody to buy suits. There are shops around the UN mall. The shopping streets, I have been there many times. What are you gaining?
So the sanctions...
You are killing us whom the money was stolen. If the United States of America knows where this money is, tell us, return the money to the people of Kenya to build a hospital. Rubbish. These are rubbish people. You know, they have spoiled the entire world. They have brought the world into chaos. The Trump administration has destroyed this world. Let's speak the truth.
And also,
Trump operates not as a president, as a mafia. You are asking, Trump is a mafia. He is asking for cyber information in order to fix his friend. He has reduced America to a third world country. Yet America is a superpower.
It's become a laughing stock.
It's a laughing stock. How can you have a president who is asking to fix his opponent? Then you come to Africa, you lecture to us about democracy. Oh, Zimbabwe should have this type of rubbish. That's stupid. No, we better tell them now. We have had enough. After all, you don't have the minerals we have. You stole them from us. But one day, Africa will rise. Generations to come, will you see Africa rising? Let's not beat about the bush. Let's not laugh about sanctions being hammered on other people, on people. Who are you to hammer sanctions when you stole our things? Where we are going is we are partners. Even God on earth upstairs knows we are partners. Are we not partners with French? French are surviving because of us. Paris is surviving because of Africa. So are we not friends? Even God knows we are partners. So Trump's policy has killed Africa. Look at what is coming up in Kenya here. And I want to be very honest. I've just listened to one lady called Martha Karua on TV. Stupidity of the highest level. You know why? These are NGO women. They grew up thriving on NGO. You know? And for me, you know, Martha cannot touch me because I have records on ICC. You touch me, I release them. That's all I'm going to do now. You touch me, I release this. Like a Murkomen, I'm about to release his dossier. Then we see whether they will greet each other with Ruto. You know, these guys are becoming a problem. Martha Karua has just said, insulted Uhuru Kenyatta. Never insult Uhuru Kenyatta when I'm around. Insult him when I've not seen. He's my friend. But when you insult him, I'll come for you, baby. I'll also start insulting you, Martha Karua. In fact, I'm going to dig out what you did in 2007, 8, 9.
So what has Martha Karua?
She says she opposes the BBI. She doesn't like it.
Reasons? Did she give
that
reasons?
Uhuru, finish your 2 years and go quickly. I was listening from her lips. Has Uhuru told Martha Karua that Uhuru wants a prime minister job? No. The stupidity of people like Martha Karua created chaos in this country. Hey. Created companies to sell witnesses. Hey. You say Matsanga doesn't have the Bwino. Niko na ink, niko na Bwino kali. Tena, you said like this to me, I throw it out. Now I've put Murkomen on notes. I saw him yesterday laughing on TV. But he doesn't know what is coming on this serious. These are the people who work with George Soros. At night, then they come and they say, we are leaders of majority. Huh? George Soros is here. They have killed all this. They have made development in Kenya. They have started other campaigns. Who is starting other campaigns? It is Senator Murkomen.
And co.
And whoever. I don't care about what. Senator Murkomen is the one opening his mouth like this everywhere. Teeth. Everywhere. After eating the money of Kemiroro Dam. His vehicles were involved. You know, everything, scandal that has come here. I hate intellectuals who go and steal in the name of law. That I found this man on account, we are paid. It's like Mutahi Ngunyi told me that he told us that he found 16 million shillings on account. Why did, where? Even Rockefeller looks for the money. Who are you? Don't tell lies to people. I hate such intellectuals. Intellectualism of such stupidity of the lowest degree. I rather die poor, I rather die without money, bury me well, my children, one of them will have the money, but not to tell lies. Africa does not need you get the point? That's it. Does not need such people.
Right. Yes, indeed. It has been a very charged political dynamics here in Kenya. You would think that the country is gearing towards another general election, and that is not the case because we're just coming from another election that happened in 2017. It took us a while for us to actually be stable as a country. But immediately after that, politicians have not given us a break. Instead, they've gone on to a full-blown political and campaign mode, Doctor. And this has had very dire effect in the manner in which the government is even delivering the services to the people. Because the people who are supposed to be part of the delivery services to the Kenyans are the ones who are part of these early campaigns they've started. So how is that
exactly effective? How can you do development when campaigns are so early today? And for those who are coming, we shall excuse you, maybe you are newcomers. On this platform, we don't insult, we give ideas. And those who want me to go to Uganda, I don't sleep on a tree. I sleep in a place where you need a visa to come and see me, if I decided to. So, Mr. Salim, if you have been paid some money from Annex to come and make noise on my platform, I will block you, you will miss me. In fact, you will miss me and I don't miss you. Maybe YouTube can miss me. Thank you. But contribute. The campaigns in Kenya have caused mad development. Is it true?
I think it has, because the leaders who were elected, even both sides of the aisle sometimes, because even the other side has been caught up in this campaign fever. So you realize they're just all over the place talking and rebuting each other's statements, and they're just looking for a platform out there. So one side of the divide and the other. So politicians as a whole in this country right now, they have been caught up in this campaign fever, and this has instead slowed down the developmental agenda that these members of parliament, these senators were elected to make sure that they deliver to Kenyans, and much has not been done. If you ask some of these people to show what they've been doing since they were elected in 2017, I'm sure they will not, it's not much to show for. And so Kenyans are waiting, regardless of which party affiliation you were, Kenyans are waiting for the promises that were made to them during the 2017 general election for them to come to pass before we go to our next election. So as a Kenyan, I think that it's exhausting watching our news every day. If it's not one politician abusing the other one, or it's just too much. Sometimes it's I'd rather just go and watch the ridiculous impeachment process that is happening. But also, Kenyans, we We need a break from this political hula baloo that we see every single day. It's like that is all we have in our televisions every day, 7 p.m. news or 9 p.m. news.
Yes, first of all, there are so many important things that are happening in this country.
That don't get the attention.
Yes, they don't get the attention because we have gone to early campaigns. We, the media, also have played a very vital role in encouraging politicians on our media.
That is very true.
If the media played the fourth estate by denying the politicians access on these television stations, so that if you call us, we don't go, we black you out, nobody will know what Murkomen was shouting about. You know, and that, you know, what annoys me about that man is he sat down and wrote a report to fix Ruto. In black and white, 2 of them. I have the statements. I picked them in my way of fighting ICC. Somehow I came across those statements. But they have been now the biggest, you know, the biggest supporters trying to instigate more chaos. The people who should have kept quiet, you know, they own this thing. Murkomen goes to TV and says BBI is not going to work. I'm a leader of majority, I will not pass anything. So what do you expect an ordinary Kenyan to do?
And perhaps what an ordinary Kenyan is asking, Doctor, this BBI was ready by 24th of October. Why is it taking too long for it to be made public? Is there reasons as to why the president is taking his time before he receives this report?
Look, I am a conflict resolution expert. I want to take this opportunity to ask His Excellency the President that I speak my mind. Let nobody tell you that Matanga said this. I speak it here. Sir, throw this thing out. Throw it out. Tupa ikuje kwa watu. Let people, let's go to the field with the so-called Martha Karuas. Let's go to the field. Tupa hii kitu inje itoke. In political conflict resolution, the worst enemy is to time negatively. Hallelujah. I teach, and I teach the subject. Anybody who wants to pretend that he knows more, come and we do an interview. Come and we do come, bring your paper and exam. We write without phone. I'll write my English. Superb kabisa. Umesoma articles zangu si ndio? Superb kabisa. Kiingereza mzuri sana. Come and we write. A negative timing in political conflicts or political redemption strategy is the worst timing you can have. Have you seen what the Americans are doing? They knew that the only one who can read and sustain an argument on BBI is Wako. They dismembered him by labeling him a corrupt man before the report comes out. Why has the American ambassador waited all this time? Because first they tried, because this is all coming out under campaigns. First they tried, they told the NGOs in Kenya, they tell the NGOs in Kenya that write your own report that the BBI has been captured by who? By ghosts. That is George Soros' branch of CIA. Have you wondered why George Soros is so corrupt? The entire world is looking for him. But America has never given him a sanction. They don't arrest him. The only country that wanted to lock up George Soros is Hungary, and France traded his money. And Russia. But France traded his money, his bank, the biggest bank of laundering money in the world. Do you know where it is found? Do you know where it is? The capital whose country I'll talk about every day. Paris. It is Paris which launders money, where you can clean your laundered money millions. Because nobody will touch you. No CIA will come to you. No FBI will come to you. Why haven't they touched Mr.
George Soros?
George Soros.
But also, yes.
Because they use him to come and give Martha Karua a few shillings
And also
to shout against Uhuru Kenyatta. I'm telling you, this is happening now. A few weeks ago in Kenya, because I'm giving you a background, then you come with your African news. A few days in Kenya, few weeks ago, a group of 6 men headed by one called David Ndii went to Mombasa to start what? You were here when they were refused for a rally to be held, a meeting to be held in Mombasa Polytechnic. Why Mombasa? It is in Mombasa because here in Kenya, in Nairobi, Kibra has refused. Kibra is under lock and the key of Baba. And the Baba is the only one who can unlock Kibra. And the Baba has annoyed the Ndiis because he shook hands with Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta. So this so-called David Ndii, who studied on George Soros' scholarships, Mama scholarships, George Soros. There are about 10 officials in the Uhuru government who studied on George Soros scholarship. 2 ministers, and I can name them, the several professors masquerading around here as academics. They studied on George Soros. So when you talk about George Soros, they go at night and write a report that will dismember Uhuru Kenyatta. Then they come during that time, they say, we are with you. We are with you. We are with you. Let's go to Damascus. No, Jerusalem. We are going. We are with you. I don't know why people removed me from the church.
Someone has suggested there that
I would have preached.
You'd make a good preacher, but also on the
2 ministers in the cabinet of President Uhuru Kenyatta studied on George Soros' money. And if they talk more, I have been hearing what they talk, I will blow it. George Soros' money, scholarships. You know, the good thing in Britain is that where you got your money, the ricos don't die. You know that? Yes, it's there, it's kept. You were signing the form to receive the money. The record is there. It's there. It's there. It's kept. I can bring it out. You say, you continue talking about Matanga. One of these days, I will shame the people. Chunga sana. Your records are there where they were used. David Ndii, where did he get a scholarship? Can you now tell your father who paid your school fees that you are very bad and you have a bad head, the mouth is clean, the teeth is teeth, you have big lips? You can't. That's why they want to dismember Uhuru Kenyatta. That's why they got annoyed with Raila Odinga for having a handshake. David Ndii was the master spokesman of ANASA. All that English was David Ndii. He's a good writer, though. I give credit where it is due. David Ndii can write very good English. David Ndii was the one writing for William Mutunga. You know, Mutunga is an academic, but not with good English. So we know it. I want Kenyans to know some of these things. You see why Maraga does not have good English and does not know what to do with the court. It's because he doesn't have the types of David Ndii. Leo wacha nitoboe. So you cannot go on insulting Kenyatta every day. If people don't want to defend him, we are friends. Whether here or there, even there, we shall be worse. Ndio watu wengine wajue. Because it is hurting us. The man has tried his level best. But people instead have caused more problems and agony. You see that very well, and it has happened. So for me, I tell you, Miriam, I tell you, Paul Adongo, you will not take me to that route of lumpenism. I rather stick to the route. This is our station, we control it with cutters. And above all, are you not ashamed to be writing things in front of a beautiful lady like Miriam? She's reading it. The comments meet all of us. So we are not talking from nowhere. We are talking from a point of knowledge. Am I wrong? So we are not going to block you. However much you insult us, we welcome comments. This is a chat. Let's chat. Are the campaigns in Kenya, Miriam, indeed, have mad development.
Just to add on something that you mentioned there over the ban by the United States over the former Attorney General of Kenya, Mr. Amos Wako, and now Senator for Busia, and this they've said he's corrupt. I'm just beginning to think that next time the US, when they bring such issues and such matters to the public, which are of very great public interest, can they come with proofs and tell us this is the reason why, this is this is the evidence number one, this is evidence number two, so that it's not just a blanket condemnation, because this as it is, Kenyans are wondering right now. Senator Amos Wako is not one of the people who are known to be very corrupt in this country, and yet we've not seen that ban on them. So why is it the timing that they've decided to issue this ban over on Senator, Amos?
The only problem maybe with Senator, sorry, had you finished?
No, it's okay.
The only problem with Senator Wako is the presence of Mwiru. Mwiru. Mm-hmm. She applied for a visa somewhere. She was rejected. You remember I did this thing here, and you people thought it was a lie. She went for a visa to go some country in Europe and then proceed to the United States. It was rejected. So Senator Wako might be a victim, but still he becomes one of the heroes of Africa. Every African leader that you stop from going to US arrives and drinks the water of America from New York. In the UN, Mugabe died while he was still going there. You can't stop him. If you don't want, let's take our UN somewhere else. You also get money from us because of UN. If that UN was in Sahara Desert, it would have developed into green pastures. The amount of money that Americans get, the services that they give to UN, the service providers, everything, it also makes the economy. They should not tell us lies. Why don't they remove UN headquarters from New York? Why? Because why don't we take it to London? In fact, I will advocate the UN headquarters goes to London, because it's the only country civilized in the world that taught us English that is very good and neutral. But in America, with Trump, if we have a president called Trump in America, UN should move away from the American soil until there's a new president. Because now, have you seen the war between China and the US? Mm-hmm. Yesterday, I talked about this jokingly. It came true.
What is the latest?
The company, there is a telephone company, you know it? Mm-hmm. Why is it?
Huawei.
Huawei. I am not a Chinese, so I don't know. It's called Huawei.
iPhone is made in China.
Yeah, now America and China are fighting in AU. They are telling AU chairperson, it's a big war. It is coming to divide African countries.
Why is
America says Huawei or Huawei or whatever it is spying on their technology. They have banned it in America.
Yes.
They want to ban it everywhere. Chinese are saying, excuse me. Excuse me.
Americans are becoming bullies now?
Yes. So yesterday when I brought this topic, there is a very serious indictment on African Union. Some people thought I sleep and I'm a madman. I'd seen this from intelligence networks. Serious intelligence network, not this street one, street hapa. Mtu anasema hii na hii ilikuwa namna hivi. Hapana. America and China are fighting and we are suffering in Africa very soon because of the proxy war. Where you accept Huawei or Wewe, is it Wewe? Kenya, you wait. Kenya accepted Wewe. Wewe is here. Now people thought I was a madman. Yesterday, some people thought they don't know anything, they better ask. Huawei is here. We brought it here.
It has been here for a while.
Now America is not very comfortable with us. So that's why this guy is like a collateral damage. If you didn't know, if you did not know it today. There is a fight, a proxy war. Soon America will tell Kenya, we want Huawei, is it what?
Huawei.
Out of Kenya. And we have already put it in our system though.
It is here.
It's working.
It's quite affordable.
Very efficient, very affordable. Forget about the phones themselves.
Because they refuse that Huawei cannot use Google as its what do you call it? The applications. So
in that, this is what television is in Africa should be looking at. But when you open up Kenyan television, all of them, they have only beautiful girls with empty heads. Yeah, I've said it. Have you seen how the ladies there analyze the news? They even make, no, honestly. So one of them stole my company. And then you see how bubbling with it. Useless. These are the things that the TV as a fourth estate should be educating Kenyans. Kenyans would be knowing this. Jermaine, Africa should start changing its behavior. You can't have that. We are having murders every day. We have relationships going sour, depression. What is causing murder? Every day you wake up in the morning, you find, because politicians have brought campaigns, you can't think of how to control, how to know what the families. We have lost African values. We have lost society values. We don't have them. Okay? A man goes to wipe up his family, his wife. He doesn't leave the children to leave a legacy. He kills even the children. We are not condemning these actions. Hello? We are not condemning these actions. Africa should start condemn this action. The only thing that talks about lives. Have you seen the Uganda kill a pastor in Machakos? Bury him. Hello? Hello? What has he done to you? What has he done to you, surely? That poor man, the vicar, the father, woke up in the morning driving his car to go and work. He never returned home. What has he done to you? These are things that we should be teaching the public. We go back to African social, how we lived before. I don't want to tell you a lie that there are no murders in Britain. There are, Miriam. But people are curious in Britain. In a train, when you are seated like this, and somebody leaves the bag, someone will press the emergency, the train will break quickly. Then you see an old woman with a stick. She says there is something there. We as Africans, we are not curious. You think there were no people who saw a car coming with dead bodies?
Possible, such sad times and hard times here in Kenya. So it's very interesting because the rate of murders, both men and women, is really rising, and the gender-based violence has really gone into heights that we should start getting worried as a society and address some of these things. And mental health has really been attributed to some of these cases. So I think perhaps it's time we started taking something like mental health very, very seriously. And if you see somebody has a problem and perhaps needs some help or somebody to talk to, maybe it is time we started embracing some of these things that we thought maybe were a bit foreign, or therapy was never considered very African. Maybe it's time we started embracing some of these things, because mental health has become a very, very serious problem here, in not just in Kenya but across Africa. So, and it is attributed to be one of the driving factors towards this societal decency that you're seeing right now in Kenya and indeed across Africa.
I tell you, you know what, Miriam, until we change our mindset, we have a problem. We have not changed. We use the same television makeup of the British. I'm lucky that you and I, we don't have these things called prompters. Are they called what?
Yeah, prompters or auto cues.
Yes. We come with our notes in our heads. And I thank you very much. Wherever you will go higher, whatever it is, you remember what I'm telling you. It's better to have your material with you than to go on copycat. That's why I'm saying empty. They don't tell us anything. All what we see is the beauty. And maybe, why don't we call them tourism television? Mtu anaenda kuvaa, anakuja kwa TV, badili ya kuambia wa Kenya, muache kuona. Tuko kwa mwi mambo. In fact, when they are reporting these deaths, some of these people are even, they report as if they are happy. A reporter reporting death in London television, you can see her face. A sad day indeed. But here our reporters report as if it's normal to cut somebody and bury a whole family. That's why let's change. But all this condemnation sticks on one thing. Politics has mad every type of aspect. I don't think you can go to Kenya now, to Kenyans, and tell them about. At the moment now, no Kenyan wants to hear anything apart from what? One thing. Do you know what it is?
What is that?
BBI. Because
yes,
the politicians have already put it high on the map. You see? They have put it high on the map. Everybody, a leader of majority who talked to the president comes to national television and starts a campaign instead of explaining to the people of Elengoya Marakwet how they globed the money of Kemirol and Erol Dam, his own Uhuru Kenyatta.
And
yet yesterday, he went personal on Raila Odinga. I want to thank the panel on one of the television stations. Madam Nyokabi, you stood your ground. Kabogo, my friend Kabogo, you stood your ground. That's good. That's the way things should be discussed. He's on Raila. Raila is not there. So is he the only threat? No, Raila is a Kenyan. If you don't like him, he still remains a Kenyan. At least for me, if I don't like him, I'm not a Kenyan. And isn't it? I'm not a Kenyan, but I'm an international person. We can meet and say, hello, how is Nairobi? I am also here in the cold Sahara Desert. You know? He's a Kenyan. So allow him to take part in the politics of Kenya. And you play yourself when time comes. Now you condemn him even for something he did very well, the BBI.
Yeah, and of course, Kenyans are really waiting because, you know, the team that was commissioned to go out, the ad hoc committee that was commissioned to go out there and seek for, opinion from Kenyans of all walks of life. So this is something that part of Kenyans participated in giving their views. So that's why Kenyans are actually anticipating. So what should happen is, I think this BBI should come out, so that all this speculation should end, so that we really know the content that is in the BBI, so that when people are out there talking, politicians or any other Kenyans out there, we are talking on merit, on knowing what is contained inside the BBI. So if we are not agreeing with a point, so we know it is contained there, and this is what it says, and this is why I don't agree with it. Because right now, what people are doing is speculation, and very dangerous speculation at that, because we really don't know what is in the BBI. So, as you said earlier, I think this BBI, President Uhuru Kenyatta, I know he has his reasons why he's not come out and received it and made it public, but I think Kenyans.
I'm just saying, Miriam, I'm just saying, in the political conflict,
yes,
in the conflict resolution and the political conflict, don't wait for negative timing. You get the point? The more you wait, the more negative. You see, it is like building a house for 5 years. If you build it, it will come out with cement. It's very mature, but people would not have even noticed it. So political conflict, you cause a remedy. What you need to do with a remedy, which is a redemption strategy, throw it out. Mwaga.
To end this speculation.
Mwaga ije. What you received, after 1 week. Can I give you one example? Where is Mr. Ekuro Okot?
He's still recuperating and perhaps regrouping and strategizing.
Where is Punguza Muziko?
He came out of nowhere, so perhaps he's still strategizing for another
No,
way.
he came, don't say from nowhere, he came from George Soros.
Well, Kenyans did not expect a Punguza Muziko anything.
Yes, he's George Soros.
So.
Everybody on the social media, they were insulting me when I said this is George Soros' money. And he's not going to be very happy. On the 2 counties supported Okuro Ekot.
Uasin Gishu?
Yes.
And another one.
Where the people, the masters of politics of this country come from. You can wonder why they rushed, even if without reading. Have you seen? Now, these statements where you see Martha Karua injuring the character of the president today, yet we solved this thing during campaigns by saying you go quickly and leave this nation. Where does he go? Where does he go? So is it because of speculation? Mwaga hii kitu itoke nje kwa watu, let people have it in their houses, let people go around and the politicians get the facts, some of the things they don't like, and talk about it. Kitu itapoa. I've talked as an elder with wisdom. Maybe, isn't it?
I think that will be appropriate. Yeah.
Throw it out. Because the more we go on hiding this BBI, the more problems we are going to have now. Even those who were supposed to be friends have become enemies because they don't know whether BBI is going to lock them in River Zambezi or Athi River or Nile or Victoria. Please throw it to them. It's part of the doctrine of conflict resolution, which I studied very well, very. Negative timing, Miriam, you are done. And the worst thing of any political scientist is timing.
Well, I hope President Uhuru
If you lose peace,
is listening.
no, if you lose timing, you have lost
True.
whatever you have.
Timing is very important.
This thing is generating negativity.
It is.
It's generating negativity instead of generating positive vibes. Me who is who is being insulted every morning because of the legacy trend. Wananipiga, elephant, hippo, this, what, so many names. You see, even some of them come to my own wall and insult me. But I'm not annoyed. I write every day for people to read, and every day I have 5 to 6, 7,000 shares of people who share my articles, to 10,000, 15,000 shared around the world. In Kenya here alone. So that is okay. So I see all these problems on the social media. People have hired mercenaries just to be there. When you write something in favor of anything towards the BBI, you saw yesterday when Mr. Wako was clamped with a visa. Some of the people on the other side, which is doing other campaigns, they said, thank you very much, Asante. That is BBI prophet. Is gone. So your BBI is also dead. Is corrupt. Is what? So the more we go on hiding, the more problems we get. Over to you, Miriam.
Yes, indeed. And outside of just Kenya and these early campaigns, you know, that we find ourselves in, we have not chosen to be in a campaign mode right now, but we're forced, you know, to be part of this, because if you tune into that, you have to watch the news, and that is what is you watch every evening. People are somewhere campaigning, people are somewhere castigating each other, and we want to know really about
and there's nobody, by the way, Miriam, nobody is teaching people not to kill each other. Is there any preaching that? Is there anybody?
I'm sure there is.
No, where? Our politicians are already in early mood for 2022. There is nobody helping to teach people to cool down. If you see the marriage is not workable, walk away. And you ladies also, when you see something which is not wrong, you have already annoyed this man, and you have gone, you are being, you know, rolled into another Range Rover there. Don't again come back this way. Maintain the foot of the Range Rover. Stick away. If this guy wants his children, let him come. That's why they put in the law. The family court in the High Court separates you. You can see your children. But the women and the men, also men, if you have refused the lady and you have moved on, just move on. Don't come back to this lady. Some of us have lost even houses, property, cars. I'm telling you. But you die with dignity. You don't go and then wait for this lady as she's passing and then you steal the car. Some of us have keys of the cars that we bought. Hallelujah. But you don't go and drive the car off. For us Ugandans, we have one habit. When we buy a present for you, we don't come back to collect it. I would have preferred, I think, Miriam, tomorrow you bring this topic. Since you are back, we start it very early. Relationship in Kenya is becoming sour. Every morning you put on your television, you hear a woman's body was found here. A woman, we are not seeing man's body was found here. Are we men the people causing problems in this country? If you have quarreled with your wife, go forever. You have decided to move on. Don't allow her from Nairobi to come and see the children. Then you kill her. There's no politician talking about this. The morals are decaying every day. Younger women like you are being killed. The ladies have no mercy. This was a trained officer. Somebody must have heard, where has the society gone? Where has the society gone? Or killing 3 people. Where was the society? Where are the neighbors? Did you see something and you did not want to say? Where is that collective responsibility of us Africans? I'm not only saying in Kenya, I'm also saying in Uganda. There are lots of murders taking place in Uganda. Luckily enough, President Museveni goes in with his heavy hand. He gave the police commissioner only 24 hours to stop the murder. They have now stopped. Because the people killing are known. You saw that what was happening in Uganda, kidnaps, hijack, this. The man called the police inspector general, said, by 72 hours, if you don't bring the people who are killing here, consider yourself, you know what it is.
Yeah, he did that.
Yes, and the boy went out. He's called Kaka. Is it Kaka? Not Kaka. Kaka is the other one. You see? Kaka, not Kaka. It's Muzei. The Deputy Inspector General of Police of Uganda is called Muzei. Small man like this. 72 hours to bring people who kill people around Kampala, who kill their women, who slaughter, who hijack cars. The guy came back and said, sir, this is it. Here nobody is preaching peace at all. At all. People are preaching you see? People are preaching hatred. By the way, Miriam, can I ask, these are the campaigns. Why these are the campaigns? Don't you think there is something which goes back to anger management?
It is. It's very, you can tell from the remarks from our leaders that they're very vengeful and very disingenuous.
Yes.
You can tell they're very vengeful in terms of how they even they characterize the other side
yes.
of the aisle. So yeah, a lot of it has to do with the anger and the need to revenge or something, just something.
Because you are right. I looked at Murkomen when he was describing Raila yesterday. He described Raila as if Raila is a dangerous animal. You see? Very dangerous animal. That this man, this one. You know, describing another human being. Do we have enough anger? Why do we start early campaigns? We have already accumulated anger, hatred. We are going into an election. Can we help the president to do development? Can Kenya do that? I want to come to the end of my summit, my show, because I want to leave unless you want me here on African issues.
No, no, whatever I have is just good. It's just maybe 2 or 3 matters that perhaps we look at tomorrow.
There is one thing.
Tomorrow we look at Good
Yes.
Morning Africa, the whole of African news and what has been happening. But yeah, there's anger when you look at our leaders, not just more comment, but just these politicians who are out here are talking, and I don't know, they lack a decorum and the manner in which a public leader should hold themselves, because calling people names, insulting people, that should not be part of it. And I don't know how Kenyans we became so we are okay with such people, regardless of where they're coming from or which side of the political divide they're coming from. But these insults, these abuses that we see being shown by our leaders, and just character assassination of the other side, let them argue on ideologies, let them argue on issues, but that does not seem to be the case. They just go below the belt and things like that. It's quite sometimes embarrassing even to watch some of these conversations or statements being made by our leaders. So perhaps it's not within. We have not matured to a level where we will challenge the person, but we will not, go and start to, assassinate someone's character. I don't think that is okay. Hitting below the belt should not be part of the conversation. You are a leader. Let's argue on issues and matters that really matters to the people that you represent as a member of parliament, as a senator, as a governor, or any other, public position that you find yourself in.
Thank you very much, Miriam. The point that I wanted to make, and my team behind can pick this now. Statements associated to 2022 elections have dominated the political arena in Kenya for months and years, for years and months now. President Uhuru Kenyatta, in the recent past, has warned people not to engage in politics, but engage in nation building and development. As much as the president has given these warnings, the people have not heeded to the warnings. The objective of improving the lives of Kenyans is the most important thing that you need to have. Kenyans need to have their lives improved. Kenyans need development instead of campaigns. Kenyans don't eat campaigns. Kenyans need health care, good housing, industries, jobs for younger generation, and above all, infrastructure to be able to transport the goods that they manufacture and the crops that they grow for export. It is therefore very important for the people of Kenya to understand that without production, there won't be development. With development lacking, the country will not prosper. President Uhuru Kenyatta has emphasized again that the only thing that can bring Kenya to a world-standing nation, a developing nation, is prosperity through unity of purpose. If you are not united, you cannot deliver to what other people, other nations went through and got united. Look at Germany, for example. It had a lot of anger after the Second World War. But today, Germany gives us the loans that we share, that we Google. You Google a company in Germany and you get what you want. We also global their money, hammer it, eat it every day. Some of us through corruption, some of us through extended kickbacks. But Germany had more anger than any other country in the world after the Second World War. Today, it's a healed country. The only message that Kenyans can take from here is a redemption strategy. The only thing that can heal this country is a redemption, forgiveness, reconciliation, restitution, and reparations. And above all, truth-telling and accountability that will bring about the word redemption, which is healing. So for now, those who want to have a better Kenya tomorrow, begin the journey now. 1 inch by inch, move together with your president. The nation will be a great nation. Thank you.
Yes, indeed. Thank you very much. And well said. John Clark just joined. John Clark, good afternoon and thank you for joining. And you're saying, I can say it is not early campaigns. Only the stand is being addressed, and leaders are not doing it on their own in what their voters asking them to chant out to be known on what they stand on of 2020, what their stand is on. I guess you're trying to say that 2022 is still very far. All these regroupings you're seeing right now, come 2022 January, because hopefully you'll have elections according to our constitution in 2022 August, these people would have changed and decamped and made new allies, and so it's still very quite early. If you look at the political arena in Kenya, and if you're familiar with the political dynamics in this country, so it's way too early even to believe what any of these people are saying right now, any of them, regardless of their political affiliation. And also, so thank you so much, John Clark. You've seen a statement by the African Union about the firing of the ambassador to the United States, Madame Arikana.
Yes.
They're trying to do a damage control. They did it on Monday. And they're saying she was involved in some things that she did, irregular appointing of diplomats and her spending money on non-AU projects and things like that.
Creating companies.
And creating companies.
I saw.
But also, what is
I saw over 10 accusations.
Yes. But very interesting is when she was being fired, these are not some of the reasons that they were given. Matter of fact, these investigations were done when after she was served with a letter that said she was being sacked from a letter of her duties. So is this a damage control from the African Union, or could there be some truth in this, or is just witch hunting, or are they just embarrassed and they're trying to put up a brave face out there, the African Union?
Miriam, I like your pose. Can I tell you something, ma'am? African Union is not there. AU is dead. AU collapsed. AU stopped with the last man who was there, or woman, was Mrs. Zuma. That was when AU was respected in Africa. But the current guy in Addis Ababa, even when you look at him, the way he wears his suits, you can't respect him. As if the suits are on a tree. AU died a long time ago. I don't know why you want to talk about this woman. We should have been told. But they summarily
dismissed her.
Why they are coming out. The spokeswoman of AU is always trying to talk to me. I don't want to talk to you.
Eba Kalondo.
Kalondo something. Someone like that. I have put you on my WhatsApp to watch and listen my things which I say. And even my television. You are one of the problems. And I hope the French don't swallow you. But that said, we needed such, accusations so that we can counter them and ask Madam, the doctor from Washington, D.C., did you do this? Did you do this? Did you do this? What they did was summarily. What they did is the language she spoke. If I had been in AU, I would be now killed. I would have died. I know of a friend who has changed his identity because of Faki, of the French. He's changed his ID. And he used to work in African Union. I'm telling you. I know about 3 or 4 people who have even changed identity. Because there is a lot of espionage in AU. Espionage. The highest degree of overt and covert. Both of the activities are in there. Someone is there to sell information. Some are there, one power comes to buy. Have you seen how America is now telling Mr. Mohammed Faki that Huawei should leave. Should leave AU. It's a full article of an African report, not in a magazine in Gata, but a real African news. There is a competition, a proxy war. AU was captured a long time ago. It died. It is only waiting for President Museveni to bury it.
Why? When he's elected the chairperson, he will bury it. What do you
I don't know. It is only waiting for him to say something. Then it can be buried.
It can be buried. Okay.
Because it can't. It is no longer there.
It is not there.
Let's be very honest. It is captured already, taken by our enemies. We have nothing to do. You see? Another thing you are bringing to the fore, when you read this, Miriam, when you listen to, I believe you are a very keen listener on what is happening on the American scene. Yesterday I watched this thing up to 5 this morning.
I love Miss Williams.
Yes.
And the other
Miss and the general.
Yes.
But when you look at how Trump was quick to send, you know, Trump is on wires. He's ruling America on Facebook.
And Twitter especially.
And Twitter. He's ruling on Twitter. He's not ruling as a man, a statesman.
He's not.
He's not at all.
Statesman and
so
Trump do not
we
exist.
African heads of state, why we are mature than
Trump? Very true.
Surely we Africans are mature than this American president.
Yes.
He's acting like a baby, small baby who's learning to crawl.
Throwing tantrums like,
yes.
like a 3-year-old, yeah.
Immediately this House of Congress finished. And luckily enough, everything is being thrown on TV. Trump was on the Twitter saying, we have done it. We have done it.
I saw that tweet.
You see? Yet, any stupid man listening to the questioning, how the diplomat Volker and another...
Yes.
And Volker, yes, the special envoy to Ukraine.
And the lady who was working on Vice President Pence's office,
yes.
Miss Williams, yes.
How they answered those questions.
Should be worried.
They should be worried. Anybody who employs the former mayor of New York, you employing a mafia.
Giuliani.
Giuliani is a mafia. How do you employ him to work for you? Can a state of America move with such a man? So you can see, they went to Ukraine and they said, give us this, then we can give you. We want you to damage.
Joe Biden.
Yes.
Quid pro quo.
Yeah. The Kenyan girl, that is why the Kenyan girl can stand up to him.
The Somali.
Yeah, who was born in Kitale. You don't know this girl is from Kitale, not Somali.
She's Kenyan Somali.
No.
She's Kenyan.
She was a refugee in Kitale, in Mulianga, Mairo Moja. Okay. But this girl was in Kitale. She's not Somali. Somalia is just claiming her because of the color. Same 4. Yes, in Kitale. This girl, the one in the Congress who terms Trump, is from Kenya, Kitale, not Somalia as people say. No. Somalia is trying to grab something which is not yes. By the way, the relationship between Somalia, while you are aware.
I didn't read it, but I saw a statement about the U.S. commending the ways in which Kenya and Somalia, I don't know.
Even to yesterday, I think so, there was something.
Was it? Yes.
The relationship is very good.
So what is happening? What is the latest? What
of course,
miracle happened?
The miracle is myself, and I think if I don't give my credit, Kenyans don't give credit.
What is
I'm
the
sorry
latest?
to say. If I don't say, I came up, I woke up, I devastated the court. I finished the link person who was giving headache and giving advice to Faremicho. That was the supreme presiding judge. When I put the 6 complaints before the court weighed them, the judges, some of them weighed them, 10 of them out of 15. 10 were very agreeable that these are very damaging. Do you see all what we're asking for? And I want to thank you so much, Mohammed Abdi.
Mohaji.
I worked hard on the court. Thank you, brother, wherever you were in Mogadishu. Thank you for giving me a credit.
He is in Mogadishu.
Whatever, I don't know. The man is always...
Mohaji Abdi.
Yes.
Thank you.
There are two. Either Salam.
No, yes, and Mohaji. And Abdi Samad might have just taken a sabbatical.
And what happened, it is not... You see now the problem in Kenya is that people take credit. They forget the real person who went on bed and breakfast to dismember the court. I am still on that court. We are not yet finished. But luckily enough, you have never even sat down. I don't know when we can have our lunch. I long for the day that we can have that lunch over as a team of Punchline, our Christmas early lunch, and say what happened to the judge. The judge ran first and asked for his retirement.
His retirement?
Yes. On 20th of March next year, the judge will never be there. So the court, you know, America does miracles in some other things. Americans said, if you put that case of Kenya now with that man there, that Ugandan you insult every day, deadly man, he's brought very candid questions. You know, I supplied all these things everywhere. You know, a man who is mourning for his family. When I got these things of the judge, I supplied every office, State Department, everywhere, on email. People were reading, saying, oh, what? I entered there, dismantled the caliphate inside there. Then, as I was getting out of the court, somewhere in London, in one of the capitals in Europe, I met the lawyer. That small lady, my good sister called Muna. I told Muna, you are dealing with terrorists. And you are in Europe. These people will cause you trouble. Do you know how much money they have eaten? Hassan Harrier is an international terrorist on money. He has laundered money. He's wanted, and you are defending his policy. Me, I don't fear telling them. I know they want to finish me. I am ready. At the age of 64, even God will say you had eaten something. I don't want to fear. Now nobody is even saying thank you. I did it for bed and breakfast. There's no intellectual upright. Bed and breakfast. I conquered. So Kenya, the people rushed to Twitter. I saw some minister writing on Twitter. No! Accept and listen to. Also, you see, God does not want. Did you know that if you don't say thank you to Miriam, who has done something good for you, God will not like you. You will be exposed. You will be exposed. Yesterday you were not here. In have you seen the click on the weak leaks, diplomatic leaks. It is hammering the waves like hell.
Why like hell? Like heaven?
It was so good yesterday. Look at our difficulties with African Union. Djibouti is fighting for a place to become a Security Council member for 2 years. So far, my intelligence from the UN by this morning, the man who called me from UN, these guys are forgotten. I am older than some people. I was there. I have done all these gymnastics against Kofi Annan.
So you understand the system very well?
Yeah. I can get a letter delivered to Guterres faster than the president of Africa. I want to tell you the truth. See, it's not bragging. Because when you know these small clerks here, they deliver this letter quickly. Now, Djibouti so far now has got about 100 countries. How many countries are in the world?
States that are part of the United Nations. The United Nations.
These so-called superpowers are lying to us here. They are eating our food. They come for parties. We welcome them.
We name animals after them.
You are just adding fire. We are even naming our animals after them. Miriam?
And they're planning to vote against us.
Exactly. Exactly. People are not telling the truth, but the truth is catching up with them. In the UN right now, over 101 countries, this morning, we are supporting Djibouti. Me, where France goes, I don't go. We part ways. So we are not, it is like now this victory of Farmajo coming to say, thank you. That's very good for me. Even if I'm not thanked, it's very good. I do it for my friend. I stand for my friend. I stand for my friend. He's my friend. I don't mind, even if I don't have food. But he remains my friend because you don't buy friendship. When they wanted him dead, I stood in the middle. He does it. And I will defend. So this judge, this Abdallah Kui Yusuf, his friends asked, do you want to stay around? Do you want to stay around or you want what? God, these things are serious. This guy has brought very deadly things here. The reason is 6 points. They are dangerous. He said there is a 7th one where you tried to rape a woman in Brussels. That one I will not even I will leave the old man to go for his retirement properly. But I'm still on the court. I'm not bothered. I want to thank the president and the president, both of them, for for agreeing to return a normal relationship. Let's return. Because the danger of that case being decided will affect Ugandan troops and the Kenyan troops in Somalia.
And even Somalia itself, because Kenya is a very great ally to Somalia in the war against, Al-Shabaab. And so it would have been very detrimental for both countries and the countries that are involved in helping Somalia. So I think that is a route that should be lauded. And I'm happy that they are working on mechanisms that will not, increase the acrimonious situation that has been existing the last couple of years between these two countries. So I think that is a very great move. And the neighborliness and that we've been having between Kenya and Somalia, I think it's worth it. It's worth protecting that, being that we share a border. It's worth having peace between ourselves. So that is very important, and I'm happy by that turn of events. And having said that, Doctor, the Summit of Heads of State of the East African Community that was scheduled to take place on November 30th has been postponed until next year because apparently some two countries, Burundi might have asked for an extension, which I don't know why, because even the president does not even attend some of these, does not attend the summits of the East African Community. What is happening at the East African Community? Oh, we leave that for tomorrow on the Punch.
What are you saying? East African what?
Community.
Is there a community?
We pay our money
Or
there.
East African disunity?
Well, East African communities are
If Rwanda and Uganda, who are cousins and brothers, our trucks were held on each side. Rwandese fly to Kenya in order to go to Uganda. You call this East African community? Just forget, spare my saliva.
All right, we'll talk about that.
There's no, you see, it's another proxy war here. The French have planted it here. Maybe Burundi is asking for extension because it knows it is. It knows.
Because it was postponed for lack of quorum. And Burundi, which is...
Because you know what? Kagame was not going to come. They signed an agreement in Angola. They came back.
It's not been honored.
Yes. I wish they took me along. Because I could talk to somebody in Angola and listen to me. In fact, what I'm going to do, and let me say it here, I will do it. Nataka kumaliza some people somewhere. Nasema wasikuje huko tena. You know, I've not also utilized my small powers. But one day, I will utilize it. Sikia, hii watu, they went there, they sat then, they wasted the money, the taxpayers' money, they signed the agreement, they came back, they don't, even up to now.
Things have not improved.
They have ego, both of them. His Excellency, my president has ego. The ego you see in Sudan is even here.
It is very, very there.
And Kagame, I can't accuse him for ego. Because he has respect for President Museveni. But President Museveni seems to have, as a father, should cool down. For me, I speak frankly. Should cool down. You are now an elder. We are not coming back. We are older than Kagame, including myself. Honestly. We are now elders. Museveni, myself, we are in that bracket. We are going. Forgive these people. You see why my face shines? You have asked me several times, what do I eat? It's forgiveness of people who have done me wrong. Those who insult me every day on TV. Those who have conned me money. Including Rugunda and his friends. Rwakana Rugunda and a co. They were told to give me my money. They never gave me my money. And when I write, I call Rugunda. Rugunda tells me, write me a letter. How many letters will I write? You were told by the president to pay me my money. You never paid my money. Then whenever they come here, they talk things. Things all behind me. That man, where is he? Is he here? I'm here. Give me my money. Call me, I give you the account, deliver my money. I did a job. And it was not your responsibility to pay my money. It was the responsibility of the European Union to pay me my money. But my president came in the middle. You know, those smaller things are the ones making Kagame not very, because you say tomorrow you are not going to, you don't support this, at night you are supporting this. Take it on.
All right, so the summit of heads of state of the East African community that was scheduled to take place in November 30th in Arusha, Tanzania, has been postponed due to lack of quorum, and representatives from one member country were absent. And of course, the bloc is made up of 6 member countries. Now, according to official correspondence from the Rwandan Minister of State in charge of East African Community Affairs, Olivier Nduhungire, a new date in January or February will be communicated after consultations among East Africa community heads of state, and other reports indicate that Burundi requested for the postponement. So that is what we have been talking about. Of course, earlier on we were looking at the campaigning mood in Kenya and what that is doing in regards to the effect it has on the developmental agendas in the country. So we want to thank you so much for being with us, and hopefully you can meet here tomorrow for the punch. For right now, it is bye-bye from us.
Peace must be our goal and our guide. And all that we strive for as a human family, dignity and hope, progress and prosperity, depends on peace. But peace depends on us.